Right. I think we have audio.
Yeah.
He does.
We're back. We do have audio, right? Good.
Yep.
Yeah, we got audio.
And I'm over here now, and it's weird.
Yeah.
Welcome to the weird side.
How are you gonna clip things?
Jump up.
Brian.
Either jump up and do it, or
Or
they.
be telekinetic.
So
Now I don't get to fart in my chair in privacy, and nobody know about it.
So, anyways, it's me, Basch, back in the DM seat after some life
Time.
events. So before we get into it, I wanted to talk about something that's recently happened in my life, and that's suicide prevention. If you ever feel like life's difficult, but if you ever feel like you're at the end of your rope, don't let go. There are people who care about you, people who want to help you, even if you might be at odds with them. I'm willing to bet they will drop everything and bend over backwards to give you a hand. And if you still find yourself alone, there are resources that exist just for those occasions. Even if you're not thinking dark thoughts, but you just want someone to talk to, you can give the Suicide Crisis Lifeline. It's 988 is their new number. You just give them a call, and they will talk to you, whatever you might need. Furthermore, we don't take nearly enough care of our veterans when they come home. There's also a hotline especially for veterans, and they've actually tossed in with the Suicide Crisis Hotline. It's 988 as well, but when you get to them, when you're through, you can just press 1 and you'll talk to someone specially equipped to help you out for veterans. But just again, there's somebody that's always there, somebody that always cares about you, even when you feel you're alone. But on a happier note, we are currently doing a fundraiser for St. June's. It's a great charity. It's a fantastic hospital, actually. I've lost my train of thought. But we've only raised $20 so far, but we're just coming off of another fundraiser, so this one's got a little ways to go. We'll make it.
2 months.
Mm-hmm. It's a great cause. Help the kids. Help the kids that are dealing with stuff that they really shouldn't have to deal with. I mean, everybody wants kids to be able to be kids, not worry about this kind of stuff. So throw some money their way. If not, you don't have to go through us, but it's a worthy cause. Help them out where you can.
Yeah, we're just always for helping kick childhood cancer's ass.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I'd say we're just always for helping kids.
True. But I also just like being able we can kick childhood cancer's ass.
Yes.
Both could be true.
Fuck cancer.
Hell yeah.
No, because that'd be fun.
So anyways,
Out there somewhere born underneath that one crabby sign is not happy at Spence.
so anyways, we're getting back into the woods. I'm joined today by our intrepid
Bard, Rogue, Leona Morning Thing, ASMR.
Neysa does cosplay Shadow Tabaxi Ranger.
Hewitt, playing Earl, the non-accredited lore wizard. We lost Grave because Grave currently has just become a homeowner, and he is having to remodel. So real life showed up in that case, and at least these two know exactly how long remodeling a house can take, even if it's just as simple as, painting.
Yeah, but it's well worth the effort. I mean, to be fair, anything that's worth doing is worth the effort.
Life needs things to live.
You're gonna be stealing trademarks there.
No, I'm just saying that's on the same par as that comment. I'm sorry.
And time is all kinds of weird soup.
Well, so to address Nour missing now, y'all simply lost them. Or her. Lost her. Just don't know when. Y'all were walking, talking, trying to make the best situation, and after you got done talking with Miles and this Small Town, y'all realize that Nour is nowhere to be found.
Do we think that she went off to try to kill the ghost girl?
That is a fair assessment, but I'm also going to say don't eat any sausage here. I read about something called a ghost book. I don't trust that that's not here now.
A gospel? What's that?
What is
It's
a sausage?
made out of people. Cannibal sausage.
You can speak for yourself and not people. Like you are people.
I'm-
like you are people.
I am a large anthropomorphic owl.
And
but
I'm a cat.
Sentient
I am a
species
people.
fall underneath the sentient species falls under the cannibalistic to me. If it can talk and hold a conversation with you, I don't think you're supposed to eat it. I met an ogre one time that disagreed, but then his head kind of exploded.
If you get hungry,
I'm just saying.
to each their
So that,
Gonna cast message
If
to Leona. The cat might be a cannibal.
cats are hypercarnivores.
she chooses not to respond.
Cats are canonically hypercarnivorous. If it's meat, we will eat.
So, because it's been a hot minute, I'm going to repaint the picture of Smile Town. Much like the village that you guys originally visited, it's all down just one road. Well, what could be considered a road, basically a pathway.
Oh, is it wide enough for a cart?
Yes.
Then it's a road.
Well, wide enough for two carts going by.
Oh well, shit!
look,
We're
it's
doing better than the large
Yeah.
amount of Louisiana right now.
Yeah.
It's a two-horse town, guys.
Actually,
it's a two-horse
that's
town.
That's an apt way to put it because it does have potholes.
Oh,
Just yeah, that tracks.
So, I mean, they've got the snow falls and they get rid of it and it just leaves holes. You can't keep it paved no matter what you do. Unless you drop dicks around everything.
Figure there's an asphalt shortage up here at the top of a frozen ass mountain.
Mm-hmm. So, it's got a rather wide road with houses on either side, houses on the end. The houses are, all things considered, relatively well built. You can tell they're used to be well crafted, but it's just age and wear, and probably scarcity of resources. But you know, everything considered, they're actually in pretty good shape. Each house has a fence that's been painted white. Not so much of a yard. It's hard for grass to grow in a tundra. But, you know, they do what they can. It is somewhat early morning. There's a few people out and about. And you have Miles sitting there, who spoke to you, smoking a pipe. Well, you lot traveled all night and looked a little tired. I know Tim and Betty, they've got an extra room y'all can crash in. We're always welcoming outsiders when they show up, and it's not very often, but hospitality and all. Let me finish my pipe and I'll take you there.
Thank you kindly.
Yeah, of course. Well, I guess I should say, they expect a little bit of return. All we ask is that you kind of help us with the chores that need to be done. There's not really enough hands to take care of everything. If you're willing to help out when you're out sometime this afternoon, I guess, it'd be much appreciated.
what type of chores?
Oh, you know, there's some painting that needs to be done here or there, some repair work on one of the houses, a little bit of cleaning. We'll find something for you to do.
All right.
I think we can assist in that way.
Oh, good to hear. As he takes another puff of his pipe and kind of looks at it and just kind of smacks the end on the fence as you see some burnt ash of something fall out.
Can I do I'm gonna go with history check to see that if that pipe he is smoking is similar to that the guy's first pipe we had met.
Which guy?
The
old man in the town.
The old man in the town.
Grandpa.
Ah. Okay.
Natural 20, 25 total.
No, it's not the same. So the old man had a more stylized wooden pipe.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas this guy, he's got a literal corncob pipe.
Okay.
It's nothing similar.
All right.
So he turns and
John's gonna get in trouble.
Oh.
What?
He,
Taking.
he got spelljammers. And he's taking pictures of the pretties.
Anyway,
Why is he gonna get in trouble?
continue.
so as Miles tucks his pipe away into his pocket, he turns and starts walking up the street, motioning for you guys to follow. There seems to be a few shops, actually, although what they're advertising is very, very barren. You kind of get this feeling that these shops are more just something to do, maybe even something that reminds the folks here of home. Just something that's more than what they've got, even if there's nothing to sell.
And we have this gentleman is with us.
He's leading you through the town. He's pointing out is like stuff that really doesn't matter. It's like, oh, this is where old Timothy lives, and his well, unfortunately, his wife Martha passed away some moons ago, and then now over here we got good old Greg. As Greg's got like this little scythe as he's would be cutting what little grass he has managed to grow. He's wearing some khakis, loafers. He's got a vest on, sweater vest. As he looks up and he waves at you. Nice folks, really. Ah, here we go. And here we are. We're at Tim and Betty's.
So there's two Tims?
Oh, there's plenty of Tims.
Let me ask you a question, friend.
Yes, sir.
You're not originally from here, are you?
Oh, none of us are.
Fell from the sky, snowy side of mountain,
Of a sorts, yeah.
built a town. Is that safe to assume?
Oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure Tim and Betty will be able to tell you more. You do plan on staying for dinner, I hope.
Yes.
You know, they've had a bit of a rough patch.
Now, how long has the longest of you been here?
Well, it's hard to keep track of time sometimes. Good old McGee, way up the way, he was... I'm not sure if he was the first here, but he was the first one to try and establish something here. Started building one of the first houses.
I'm gonna go talk to Mr. McGee if y'all would like to establish our...
We worked all night.
I'm a night owl if you haven't caught on.
If you want to go alone,
That's what I was about to switch accents. That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna go down there if you want to secure us the room.
I mean,
go with.
I mean, absolutely, I can go with, and then I would like to cash in noble feature. My noble feature. Can I secure an audience with the local noble? So, can we just assume that this Greg is a noble in a sense?
What you've seen so far is everybody's kind of wearing the same thing. No one really sticks out. It's just people trying to get by and think of home. You've not spotted anything particularly fancy. I mean, some people have their own kind of style, which you could construe as fancy, but for the most part,
Well, just if you'll rest, that'll be fine. I mean, I haven't been exerted as much as either of you.
I don't think that any of us should be wandering alone or going elsewhere alone. Go with, do talking things.
So leave you alone.
All I'm doing is finding a room, setting stuff in the room. It's not a big deal.
If that's what you wish, I won't stop you. It's just y'all look tired.
As you say that, the door to the house that you're at opens, and you see another man. He's wearing glasses. He's got a hat. What would you call it? Trebly?
Trilby?
Trilby.
Yes.
The hipster fedora?
Yeah. Well, this. Yes. He's wearing glasses, a pink sweater with long sleeves, the khakis, and some loafers, and he's like, "Well, are you lot just gonna stand on the porch? You can introduce yourself."
Introductions. My name is Shadow. This is Leona. That is Earl.
Earl.
Earl. All right. Well, my name's Tim. Wow, she could have knocked on the door instead of just leaving these guests. I've not met you before, but I've been wrong before.
Visitors.
Visitors. Ah. Wow.
Earl wanted to go talk to
Great.
McGee,
McGee.
Oh, right. Well.
and Leona should accompany. They are more capable of the politics. If it is alright, I would like to come in and
Well.
discuss with you.
Well, of course. As he kind of looks at him, I was like, yeah. I let them know. It's like, well, all right. Well, Miles brought you to me. We do have an extra room, and I'm not gonna say it might be a little tight. But yeah, we can put you up for the night. And my wife Betty, she makes a fantastic casserole.
That sounds delicious.
That sounds
Alright,
very
well-
delicious.
Well, why don't y'all just come on in, drop your stuff? You look absolutely exhausted. I don't want to make assumptions, but did y'all travel through the night?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Well,
Mhm.
you just drop your stuff, take a load off, and I imagine you want me to come wake you up this afternoon.
Did you want to talk to McGee before you take a nap?
That was the plan.
Yeah.
Go with.
Alright.
I'm
All
taking a
day.
nap.
That's fine. Alright, come on on. Let's go.
All right. So, Shadow, you're going into the house then?
Si.
All right. So, you follow Tim into the house. Miles waves you guys and then goes back to whatever it was he's going to go do. He's an older gentleman.
He's gonna smoke a pipe.
Yeah. Seems to be his thing. The house is pleasant, quaint. It's not particularly dark. Again, the inside is much like the outside, though a bit better condition. Just there's wear and tear, wooden floors. You could describe the whole thing as just cozy. You see a couple of rooms. There seems to be a place where you like a living room, and you spot like a kitchen through that, and maybe a lounge or study of some sort. So it's pretty barren. And he opens this other door into a room. This is where you'll be staying. I hope you're going to be comfortable in it. But just let me know if you need anything. We don't really have an extra bed, and
It's
the one in
fine.
there might not fit you.
We'll make it work.
All right. Well, rest well. Let us. Well, I might have to go soon, but let Betty know if you need anything.
Thank you.
So this room, the walls are painted a very light color. There's a chest and a few pictures up on the wall. Very clownish. And there's a small bed. It's been made. It looks like it hasn't been touched for a long time. This is,
By small, we're talking child size?
yes.
Okay.
Aww.
Is there a window in the room?
Yes.
Okay. Does it appear to be a normal sized window, or is it just smaller?
It's a smaller window.
Okay. So not accessible for potential escape route?
You being the cat could probably squeeze through it.
Okay. Alright.
It's not quite that small, but I think everybody else might have some trouble.
Okay.
You are a liquid.
Yes.
If I fits, I sits.
Mhm.
Does the door have a lock on it? Like a latch lock on the
It
inside?
does not.
Okay. Alright. So there's a bed, you said a chest. and a couple of paintings. No other furniture, no drawer,
There,
closet.
there is a chest of drawers.
Big clown face.
So,
Alright, can I would like to we'll try this. Take off my pack and kind of set it down kind of under the window, like near the bed.
okay.
And then kind of make sounds like I'm rummaging through my pack and pulling things out, but then wanted to try to stealthily like start perusing the drawers and the chest and whatnot.
We
Yeah.
can find baby clothes.
Roll me an investigation real fast.
Okay. There we go. Math is difficult here. It's just gonna be a 14.
Yeah. So in the chest of drawers, you find somewhat ragged clothes. They are child size. It looks like they've been sitting in there for a hot minute. Nothing really sticks out in the chest of drawers. They're not full. As far as the other chest, though, so it's kind of across from the room, separate up from the bed. As you open it, you see toys. A few dolls. I will say you do notice that some of the dolls are made, the threads and the doll hair has been made with, you kind of pick up on it, it's been made with real hair. But as far as it's like one of those old cloth dolls, but the cloth itself is not. It's just the threads were.
Okay. Alright. How high off the floor is the bed? Is it like trundly or is it more normal size?
That's a little trumbly.
Okay. Then I will. I'm gonna make like a little pallet or nest or something by my bag, like under the window,
Okay.
and kind of curl up. I want to try not to drift off yet, but I
Okay.
want to be facing the door until these two come back. But going to be resting till they come back.
Okay. As you kind of worm your way, being comfortable, do your little kitty cat spins and make some biscuits real fast
As
in your
one
blanket.
does.
You do hear a knock on the door, very somewhat nice womanly voice. Excuse me, may I come in?
Certainly.
As the door kind of pushes open, you see this kind of mid-sized woman, shorter length, black hair. She's wearing a dress with an apron, and she's holding a bowl and a jar with a white liquid in it. So Tim said was a guest, and he said the other two had walked off, but one was a cat. You'll have to forgive me, we've never met you.
That's fine, not many have.
I don't mean to presume, but is milk something you would like?
Sounds delicious, thank you.
As she enters the room, walks over to you, and
I'll sit up and
she places both in your hands and kind of waits patiently for a moment.
thank you.
Oh, I was going to take the jar back when you had.
Alright. Damn. I'm about to get drugged, guys. Shit.
I ain't seen no livestock. Where'd this milk come from?
Yeah. Damn. I'm gonna get so drugged.
No, the
I'm about to get so
the
bad.
village knows what's going on, and they're just chunking shit at this one bush that was a fucking asshole to all of us. You're just watching, like, pitcher of milk falls through into another reality. Whole bundle of biscuits.
Alright, let me use what little intelligence and charisma I possess. And oh my god, where'd my pencil go? As I'm pouring the milk into the bowl, she brought the jar of milk and a bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Is the bowl empty?
Yes.
I'll be pouring some of the milk into the bowl, and I'll say, Are the animals in like a barn? And I'll hand back the jar with about
She
half the milk
grabs
still
it.
left.
Yeah, for the most part, we try and keep them out of the weather best we can.
Understandable. It's very harsh weather.
Well, we lose when it does get cold. We lose far too many, so it requires a lot of effort. Just the issue is a lot of us don't have know-how with most animals.
Understandable.
Well, judging by your puzzled look, is goat's milk okay?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, good.
And
Well, I hope you rest well. Just let me know if you.
of course.
And with that, she turns and leaves the room, gently closing the door.
Good thing we got record going. Comcast is about to be an asshole.
I
Always is.
do not possess any spells for this. I basically just want to sniff it and see if it smells normal.
It smells like goat's milk.
I will take the tiniest little.
So
Constitution saving throw. Because the goat's milk's gone bad.
Y'all know how cats they don't actually lap. They stick their tongue in, and all the little rough spots actually function like the dimples on a golf ball, and it actually just
They sponge it.
coats. Yeah.
it's nice. It's warm. It doesn't taste
drugged.
bad. Like there's nothing out of place.
Or something, like the way it's warm. I'm like,
If it's
I-
fresh, it better be warm. Damn it! I want some raw damn milk up in here.
you're gonna get such an upset tummy.
Okay.
I will say this: it does have the additional effect that it reminds you of home.
Of course it does. I'm going to sip very slowly, savoring it, and trying to make sure I'm not about to die.
Yeah. No, nothing happens other than you just kind of feel a bit more relaxed about things.
I'm so drugged. All right, I'll continue sipping. I'm savoring
Drugs.
it, and eventually I'll end up drinking it all.
Okay. And then afterwards, you're gonna try and sleep.
I'm still trying to stay awake until they get back.
Oh, that warm.
If I pass out,
that
it's because
warm-
I'm drugged.
That warm milk tummy though.
Yeah, I
Go warm
know.
milk tummy.
Do I need to roll anti-warm milk tummy naps?
Yes. Roll the very specific skill.
Let me see.
Anti-nap tummy. He's like, I will find your love. Roll me academics.
All right.
What the
No,
fuck?
Just roll me a Constitution.
You're gonna wake up, your hair's braided.
Save or well, it's a 17 on the die.
Just Constitution.
It's 17 plus 1, 18.
Yeah. Okay. You are very sleepy. You are cozy as can be, but you manage to keep your eyes open.
Oh, this is that half-lidded, comfy, almost asleep like Thanksgiving
Yeah,
after
the
meals.
nictitating membranes
Yes.
are creeping in.
You're just it's pure willpower that you're staying awake.
Alright, yeah.
All right. So for the other two, Miles points out one of the houses at the end of the road. When I say end, you see the road get there and it curves off, and probably from here you can see it goes off into the a set of woods. You can't see much past the woods. There seems to be a layer of fog in them.
That, unfortunately, is probably going to be the way we have to go.
Well, yes. Do you think that it'd be okay if we can do it after rest, or are you adamant?
No, I'm saying that's unfortunately the way we're going to have to go. I'm not saying we got to go that right now. It's just, I'm assuming, and can we see the tower?
Barely.
I'm assuming,
It is early morning. There seems to be a layer of fog fog
Yes.
clouds settling in.
just going on what we've encountered here, there's magic I don't understand, because we're not in our reality. I'm 90% sure we've moved to another realm. And just going off of books I've read, I'm assuming, might be wrong, that our way home is probably up there, and then Tinkerbell's maker is probably up there, and a whole lot of bad is up there. And that is going to be how we have to go home or die. I'll be honest, both are about as preferable for me right now, because I don't think Malone's can find me here. But I wanted to talk to the gentleman that had been here the longest to see if
mean, that's a fair assessment.
So, I mean, if he was here because he was looking for, R&D Chevalier, if he was looking for them too, then we know something's up. If these are just a bunch of town folk that wandered off in the wood and they done thought they got ate up by a bear or a goblin party or something, then I feel for these people here. But if people have been funneled here by that village as our now missing companion, Shadow kind of mentioned, then we might have had a quick one pulled on us. So I couldn't sleep without maybe finding out a little bit more about this place.
Understandable.
Also the fact that so far when we've been here,
Day and a half, 2 days.
yeah, it's been rough. And the only thing that's really decided it hated me was the weather. But to be fair, no matter where you go in the multiverse, both the roads and the weather hate you. Is the house does it look like the house of an elderly gentleman that is in disrepair, or does it look like...
It's less repaired than the others. There's a few. There are some houses that don't look real lived in. They're not in as great a shape as others. But Miles did say there just don't seem to be enough hands to take care of all the work, mentioning chores and whatnot. So you could assume some houses are empty.
Just knock on the door.
Alright, nothing?
Hmm?
No, you don't, nothing. You knock on the door, you don't hear anything, no one answers the door.
Is that the door locked?
I haven't been invited in.
Old man McGee is one of two things: deaf or dead.
Just
Going-
knock a little bit harder.
You hear a voice from what sounds like the back of the house. Hold your damn horses, I'm coming. His legs don't work as good as they used to be, as the door is flung open and you're greeted with the guy. He's got a long white beard, long white hair, balding up top. One eye is just covered with, what's it called?
Cataract.
Cataract over.
Yeah. The other one, though, looks perfect. Just this immaculate brown eye. He's just looking at you and he's just like,
Mr. McGee.
yeah, that's me.
Sir McGee, how are you doing today?
You lot look like travelers. Just the two of you then?
We have a third.
We have a third.
Oh, I'm
But-
guessing you traveled overnight looking from the look of you and the bags under your eyes. Most people do, you're not the only ones.
Just does a blink that's one eye, and then slightly later,
Don't do that, son, that's creepy.
that's about the only way I do it.
That Master Earl has some questions he would like to ask.
If Mr. McGee, if we might ask you a few. I got a feeling this isn't your first time.
No. You're not the first ones. Everybody's coming wanting to know what's going on, where they're at, how to go home.
I'm assuming that
Uh,
was the answer to the one that you said going home.
Mostly, right?
Tracks.
Now, oh, come on in. Put some tea on as he turns and he goes to walk. He's kind of hunched over a bit as he walks with a cane. Every step he takes, you just hear muscles creaking and popping.
I would like to amend my earlier statement. He's either deaf, dead, or decrepit.
Or else,
Or
that-
some variation of all three.
or something else. Okay.
I got nothing that can do anything.
Same.
Well, neither do I. Wouldn't have been any help anyway.
You could have given him a good beer.
I mean, I do have cure wounds.
The problem is I forgot that I have a different notebook for this, so I don't know how many spells I use, and we haven't technically rested, so I'm trying not to. I remember the only thing I remember is
We
the truth.
did get a rest. The only thing you cast was on the truth last game.
Yeah.
So that's the only spell since we've had a long rest that you've expended. That's second level.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But I come in. Well, Mr. McGee, you don't have to put on tea for us. This is for a peace of mind situation.
Well, I already had to kettle hot.
It's just
Making some tea
rude
for
to
myself.
it is basically rude to like disagree with tea. Thank you so much, Master McGee.
He hands you a slightly broken cup. And we don't get immaculate things in these parts. You'll have to just make do with what you get.
I keep thinking of Phil's character sheet.
There
Like,
we are.
man,
So
He goes, there's a chair that the padding has just been all worn out. And you've got a couple other chairs, but they're just wooden.
I'm going to do prestidigitation as he's sitting down so it's slightly warm. Like comfy warm.
Okay. So as he goes, he does like the slow way, like he bends and then just kind of leans back and falls into it.
It's like literally the I'm about to fall out the window over Normandy
yes,
paratroop type stance to
just
get into the.
Yep, that's it. And as he's doing this, like you hear his bones just creak. So yeah, yeah. That's
Do
it.
you need anything else, Mr. McGee, like a blanket or anything?
No, I'm get by. Just old. These bones and joints don't work like they used to. Not back in the day. No.
That's actually the main thing I wanted to ask you. Was how abouts did you end up here?
Well, you can believe it. Back in my day, I used to be an adventurer of sorts. Fighter, had a broadsword, and shield, and everything. That's been rushed away in these parts. The weather here is nasty. It does a number on metals after a while. Well, me and a few of my friends, I guess friends, I don't know, never been. We went venturing, looking for a lost boy from this village. Got ambushed by a group of orcs, survived that. And found a rose bush, cut it down. Crazy little thing. Tried to eat us. Like one of them advanced fly traps. Ever heard one of those?
I set it on fire.
yeah.
No, we didn't. We just cut ours, and then that was a mistake. We don't cut it because it ate us. And then we ended up here. We thought we were done for, digested by some plant. And we ended up here, and then we moved through, and just, things went from bad to worse. Just one thing after another. After 2 of our 6 fell, and buried them here. I couldn't keep going. Didn't have no heart. 2 of my best friends, I've known them since childhood. The other 3, they saw the tower up yonder and didn't want to stay. So they left and went on. Never saw them again. Never had much income. I went up there once. Just got to the bridge and just turned back by myself. And built what hut I could, with shelter, and next thing I know, one day after another group showed up. Same story. One of them tried to stay, the rest went on, or just group after group, and now I got this small little community here. We look after one another and get by.
So everybody here is an adventurer, or like just some folks that got lost in the woods?
A bit of both. We had a few adventurers and a few just normal folk. We even had a merchant once. Came through with a whole caravan of stuff that he could carry. Poor fool. Lost all of his guards on the way here, just trying to carry all of his stuff. He didn't survive the frostbite.
What was the name of the village that the boy was lost from?
Well, I'll get to that in a minute. Why don't you guys tell me where you're from?
I'm originally from outside of Daggerford.
Haggerford.
Outside. I am an outsider on some of the Neverwinter.
Sword Coast, Faerun. About most of a week's travel south of Waterdeep. about the same amount of distance north of Baldur's Gate. Can't miss it. It has like the only restaurant for a while.
Going to send a. No, I'm not. No, wait a minute. I actually am going to send a message to Earl. I'm going to be like, crikey, that he said something about orcs chasing a boy. We didn't get that job before we met the rose bush.
See if I remember I didn't respond to the message. No.
I can't say I know those locations. I mean, I might have heard about them at one point. I hail from a place called the White Peaks.
I'm unfamiliar with that.
Wait, is y'all talking about a place out in Faerun?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all a coastal region?
Daggerford's over on the Sword Coast.
That explains it. I'm from on out east.
Over near
Way out east.
over near the Anorak,
That's the Anorak, I guess.
the Great Desert.
Yep. There's
Yeah.
there's a way past you. You gotta go pretty far south, and there's a main road that leads.
I don't believe that's been mapped in 3 to 3.5 years.
It's hard for us folk to get through. I mean, Anorak's a nasty place.
But,
in any case,
go on.
Mr. McGee, about how old were you when you dealt with the Rose Bush?
A young lad, can't be no more than 21, but time here.
Suffice to say, at least 3 times that now.
Time is strange.
Oh yeah, I've had a few moons past then. At least my body feels like it.
What was the name of the elder back in the village we were in? I know somebody by the name of Philip. And I wrote something about a Philip.
It was
Was it Maximus?
Maximum Scott, I believe.
Did you know anybody then by the name of Maximus Scott?
No, I can't say I do.
All right.
I remember a funny name like that.
That Felipe
Max-
Phelps.
I gotta
Just-
ask, was he full of Scott?
He was full of something.
He had a
No.
pipe. No, just I wanted to ask. Everybody here has kind of the same story about a rose bush.
To an extent. Sometimes there aren't no rose bush. They just got, as they tell it just got grabbed. It's a rose bush or a fog or.
Are there any white figures, cold?
Like cold figures.
To the touch, mainly.
As he kind of leans back in his chair for a moment. You talking about that one last? Oh, what was her name? We'll dredge up the name in a moment.
Wait, are you talking about look like a little gothic pixie?
Gothic picture's one way to look at it. Shows up with a new scar every time, though.
Lily?
Lily? Is that it?
So she's been around since you first showed up.
Oh, yeah. She comes through every once in a while. I don't think she likes us very much. Isn't too nice.
So what about the name, Ashar, that you can say it better than I can.
What name?
The cleric we are supposed to be looking for.
R&D Chevalier.
Oh, that's a name I know. Or recognize. Yeah, he and his group came through. How long has it been now? 3 months? Had to have been 3 months.
We were sent to find them.
Maybe it wasn't 3 months. I don't know. It
How
seems
big
like
was his retinue?
Oh, it is him, and he had, what, 3 other people with him, I think. He said he had more, but they've been lost. Offered to help him try and find them if they were close, but, they took their time, stayed the night, and went on their way. as always, they went to the forest and had to hide her hair. Can't help to make it. No. That reminded me, you asked me about getting out of here, going home.
I'm just assuming it's that castle.
Well, it's the same story everybody's told by that Lily girl. There's a little chalice up there, apparently. And if you drink from it, you wake up in your own reality. Or something like that. Go home. It's a whole bunch of codswallop, if you ask me. But I'll put it this way: no, everybody who goes up there don't. They either usually get to the bridge and say they want none of it, just come back, stay here, or that's all we see them.
All right.
So maybe they're making it home.
Well, Mr. McGee, appreciate you. Thank you. You'll help these weary rings west. Weary rings wet. I'll be able to sleep tonight.
That oddities,
That is hard.
I believe that my compatriot was trying to say was that he wanted to make sure that his reary wings can rest.
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 In a way, appreciate it. I wanted to double check something before we bed down.
Well, if you're not feeling it, you get past the forest, you're always welcome to here. We got a few vacant houses you and yours can stay in. And throw in your part, given what skills you got. But if you're convinced you need to go for it, I wish you luck.
Mostly we need to finish our job.
And then I would like to ask, what was it that you just mainly were you told of a same job similar to ours?
Same job? No. We're just looking for a missing kid.
Missing kid. Okay.
We're making preparations to travel, and the village is on the way, so we stopped off. Nice night at a tavern, you know. And one of the people who lived there must have been, I don't remember now. They begged us, "Oh, adventurer, please find the kid. He's lost in the woods. It's been a week. I beg you, I'll give you everything I got." Well, we're here, might as well. Bunch of do-gooders.
Alright. That is very noble of you. Alright then. I think we got enough info.
Yep.
And as we basically leave out of the house, make sure doors close behind us and stuff, that I am going to say, well, it seemed like that he had got the Neysa greeting whenever he went to the town. We got a mean one.
We also showed up, I'm assuming 40 plus years later. You deal with a group of people that live on the edge of weirdness, isolated. They don't grow to be the most friendly. Those type of things have a habit of seeping into them. Kind of like when you cook cabbage in one room of the house.
That I never cooked. We had people cook for us.
The blessed lifestyle that you have experienced.
Blessed is a long shot.
But Earl's just gonna make it back to Tim
Same.
and Betty's house.
Yeah. Do you just walk in or do you knock on the door?
You knock the door. You knock on the door.
Yeah, so after a few moments, you're greeted by Betty. She's wearing a dress, apron, short length black hair. It's like, oh, are you two the other guests that Tim mentioned?
Yes.
Yes, madam, we are.
Your friend's already here. She might have already nodded off. She looked very comfortable when I talked to her. Please, come on in.
Okay.
So, the inside of the house looks a little bit better than the outside. A little worn. It's lit up a little bit. Just this way, she shows you the door. You're still slightly awake. You got your eyes. It's hard to hold them open. And the door, it opens slowly, and you see Betty with your two companions standing there. as
You
before
made it
y'all see this child's room. It's like the bed may not be big enough, but I do hope you are comfortable here. Please excuse me for just a moment. As she goes around the corner,
Okay.
and you hear from down the hall, "Oh, please make yourselves comfortable. I'll be right back."
That
They
is
apparently have an underground bar with goats. The milk is very tasty.
Are you high?
No, I'm just sleepy. How was Mickey?
Oh,
That's what they said.
He was old, basically that he was up in the old predicament as we were. First adventurer retired. That he said that they basically had to go find a kid that was basically chased by some orcs. That they ran into the same rose bush. The rose bush, that the now we know shambling mound ate them, and then that they ended up here.
So what I'm hearing is we should never grow roses again.
well, that would be a fair assumption.
Because of the fact that roses do smell like boo boo boo.
What?
Boo.
It's an Outcast reference. Anyway.
God, that song's almost 25 years old.
I don't understand.
We will explain it after. Anyway.
But what it is, yeah, he was an adventurer, got gobbled up by the rose bush, ended up here. He built the town.
And then that basically that the tower is some way to leave. Basically that you drink from the chalice, you basically wake up in your own reality of so for the legend
Why
of it.
is it always a chalice?
Because it's shiny.
Always a chalice.
Because I don't believe a wizard, after going to years of university, would have the mason jar of wisdom.
that
I would.
As you're talking, Betty knocks on the now open door. She's got a tray in her hand. It's the half-filled jar of milk that she left with, and there's she's got a towel on top of a lump of something. It's like this is also my first time meeting an owl.
I'm an owl.
An owl. I brought some snacks, a snack, or what I thought you might like. Just welcome to our home, and I hope you rest well.
Alright.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Kind of hands the tray to you, Leona.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Betty.
Thank you.
Rest well. And she gently closes the door, and you hear her kind of footsteps pattering off.
Okay. 2, 3. Okay, that this
What's under the towel?
going to use Mage Hand and just lift up the towel.
It's a small, half-eaten loaf of bread. By half-eaten, I don't mean they've taken it,
It's like
but they've cut.
it's a half loaf.
It's about half loaf.
Let me see if that creation
And half a
can
jar.
create food.
You gotta,
I was hoping for meat.
no, cut off a piece of that bread. I can help you.
What?
I can help you with that. Cut off a piece of that bread.
Sure.
Now you're freaking me out.
Alright. Piece of bread given to you.
Give it to the cat. I can help her.
Oh,
What?
Chris,
It's
Chris.
bread.
Prestidigitation. Take a bite.
It's bread.
Take a bite.
Bread.
oh, that's
Take a
what.
bite.
It's bread!
That is what he's
Take-
doing.
Take a bite.
Tiniest little, like, one fang nibble.
Ham. You're gonna need to do that quick. It lasts for 3 seconds.
It's bread.
Just close your eyes and imagine.
I will eat the ham bread.
Well, it doesn't
Fakey
say
ham bread.
that.
Yes, I gave you vegan ham. Okay, there you go.
Ah, my cat senses are tingling. This is unacceptable.
Does the cat have anything happen to her while she eats them?
No, she just eats the bread.
No, can
I am now the guinea pig for us getting drugged. It's fine.
Or
Well,
just eat some bread? I can't drink the milk. I can't process dairy.
I'm gonna just drink whatever water I have up in my
Okay.
The bread and the milk.
and then
Milk
that.
ham. Ugh, milk ham.
So how big is this room?
I'd say about 10
How
You're gonna be
big?
snowed.
How much space is the bed taking up?
About 4 feet.
4 feet. So, easy
It's
enough.
like it's like
I mean,
a
y'all can
twin
play a
twirl.
little bit of Tetris and sleep comfortably.
Is there?
Oh.
Okay, this is in the upper part of the house, right? No. Okay.
1 floor.
Leona just basically takes out her ocarina, plays, and she creates a bed. Secondary bed, same size but nicer looking.
Okay.
Well, at least at least somebody will be able to get some more sleep comfortably for about 3 hours, and then go back on the floor.
You go ahead. I'm going to just.
I'm fine right here.
You just see the legs poof up into the just.
That as that she just gets in the bed, because that it basically has like a little bit of music on it and stuff, that it's just basically like a soft lullaby or something like similar to Zelda's lullaby while on the bed.
You have a musical bed?
I am
also am
not.
assuming that because of the way this room is positioned, that door ain't opening with another bed in this room.
Depends on where you put it, but it might get.
Put it like beside the other bed, not touching that bed.
Oh, you're going to make me have to move my nest. This isn't fair.
Yes.
Y'all
I will
hush.
slide my stuff into the corner between the dresser and the new bed. So now I am
Okay.
completely in the corner, and this feels great.
Everybody put shadow in the corner.
All right.
Everyone can put shadow in the corner. This feels great. I feel
Alright.
secure.
Nighttime.
Alright. Well, more like afternoon time. No.
It's just
So
a
this-
siesta.
Sleepies.
This seems like a good point to take a quick break.
All right.
We'll be right back.
Right back, everyone.
Yup.
Sleepy time. I got two Kairos.
Here we go.
Whee!
We're back.
We're back.
We're back. The Bears.
The burst.
So,
I caught that reference.
so
But they didn't catch that pass.
Oh. Womp, womp.
Okay.
Alright, so you all eventually fall asleep. And then suddenly, nothing. Nothing happens. Y'all rest well, actually. I mean, rest is shorter than you would like. But y'all do manage to get about 5 hours of sleep.
Okay.
Not quite the long rest you're looking for, but it is a relaxing rest.
It's
You're
in there.
slightly fed. Some for more so one of you than others.
Ham bread.
Right.
She's on a diet. It's fine. Water fasting.
Leona. Do we all wake up at about the same time, or what?
Yes, you do, because there's a heavy knocking on the door.
Alright.
As you hear what sounds like Tim's voice again.
Who
You folks
is
all
that?
right? It's time to get up. You should be a bit rested. It's time to go to work.
Are you on the floor after your bed died?
Probably will.
Just thunk.
Now that it was more probably just like a whoop.
To be fair, even if it was the other, I've had those days to where it's like, doom.
Roll back over.
In a minute.
Well, of course, just don't take too long.
Stretchy things.
Earl is just gonna pull out his water skin that still has a little bit of water in it, prestidigitate to taste like coffee and be warm, and just do this.
It tastes
Suck.
like coffee, but it's not coffee.
Psychosomatic. It's hot. It tastes like coffee.
That's what I need.
I'll go ahead and, as we're kind of getting things packed up and put together, I'll go ahead and good bury us again. Save back. It makes 5, right? Hang on.
You're gonna give us all boba. Oh, we went to Basil.
Yeah?
We finally took Emily over there, and they decided not to be asses, and had really good service and a really good meal. And she got boba tea, so she was happy.
Nice.
She
Was
also
it good food?
the pad thai was really good. The chicken is better than the beef though.
Oh, 10 berries. Yeah.
Kelsey likes it when I say the name with the snooty accent. Basils.
Basil.
10 berries, 1 apiece for each of us, but then I'm keeping the rest as a host gift offering.
Okay.
Okay.
Get around to eating with them later.
Alright.
Is there a life on Goodberries?
Yes, 24 hours of casting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then they go bad, or do they just disappear?
Lose their potency. They don't disappear, they
Yeah,
lose their
people
potency.
killed the crunch bars.
Yeah.
They're tasty.
I will leave them because I will eat baby roosts where other people won't.
Okay, cool. Just making sure. So you're all up and ready?
Mm-hmm.
So tell me what you do.
That's him asking us?
Yeah.
I'm opening the door and going out into the hall and seeing where Tim and Betty are.
It's the front door is open. You see Tim. He's standing at the front door talking to someone you can't see.
Okay.
You don't see Betty, but you do hear kind of a racket from just around the corner. You might assume it could be the kitchen that you saw coming in.
I'll go over to Tim. We said that we would provide manual labor in return for. That seems like need to go talk to
I'm
him.
gonna go check on Betty.
All right. Well, are you going to talk to Tim or?
I would go and I will probably go in and stay with Earl just in case if he needs help.
All right. So.
I am the muscle in this group now. You all should be afraid.
So we'll do a
Everybody
shadow
assumes
first.
I'm weak.
So as you walk, Tim turns. I'm assuming you're not being stealthy or.
No.
Yeah, so if you make it halfway up the hall, Tim turns and looks at you, and he's like, I don't know what your other two friends are doing, but okay. What kind of skills do you and yours have? We can put you where it best.
I'm gonna point to my bow. Generally, I am a hunter, but I understand that's probably not what you need. So, whatever type of assistance that you need help with, I would be more than happy to.
And as much as I'd be happy you going hunting and bringing back some meat, I can't ask that of you. It wouldn't be right. Sending you out to those woods.
I won't disagree with you there. So, Mr. Oh God, what was the man with the pipe's name?
McGee.
Oh, Miles?
Miles, yes. Miles had suggested there were maybe carpentry or painting things that needed doing.
Oh, always. Do you have any other skills that you want to let me know about?
I'm gonna pull out my berries, magic berries.
Magic berries.
They are good for nourishment.
That's fine for one thing, but
Mine now.
Give it back.
Mine now.
Give it back.
Mine now.
Give it back.
Can we plant them and grow some?
No, they're not magic beans.
No. So I guess you're just a builder and painter, I guess.
Well, I am a hunter.
Yeah.
I am willing to provide manual labor or whatever else needs.
Well, you said hunter. Are you any good with animals?
I mean, debatable, possibly.
Debatable.
I've never really been a farmer.
Well, fair enough. Well, old James was just telling me, I say, he's the youngest of us. He was telling me about a wall that fell over the other day, and rebuild it. You can go give him a hand.
Sorry.
Alternatively, if that's not your thing, you can use someone cutting more wood.
Whichever. Let me help with the wall. That seems like something needs repair, and then we'll see.
Alright, well, let me go see about the other two. You see Betty just kind of cleaning the kitchen. She's got a couple of pots out.
Press digitate. Press digitate. Press digitate.
Even after the prestidigitation, she's still kind of scrubbing on a few things.
Just so I can help clean easier than I can do physical labor.
Oh no, cleaning's fine. I don't have much to offer elsewhere. I want to just make sure the house stays clean. Cook some food. That's where I'm good at. What about you two boys? What do y'all do? Or you young lass?
That I am good with music. But that's not common, no. Oh no, it will come to me one of these days.
Alright, there. I'm good with music.
I will get it soon. That
Do on the fiddle.
You're being so mean.
I'm sorry.
like that.
Could have done. My name's Justin. I play the drums.
I am basically
The Justin Bieber movie.
I play the ocarina a little bit. It's just then that I can create something that can be of assistance about maybe for just 8 hours a day.
Assistance?
For 3 hours, I can create something out of just the sound of music.
She's giving you this very weird look.
Time to
It's
kill some Nazis with music.
What?
With the sound of music.
And I
But don't get me wrong. I enjoy a good tune as much as the next person. But how does music help?
It helps your soul.
Your impractical skills are not practical here.
But if you don't, madam, you don't need help
if
cleaning,
you
I'll
don't
leave
need
you
our
to
help,
it.
then I will save the creation for something a little bit more useful then.
What creation do you mean? As Tim kind of comes up behind, just like, yeah. What's this about a creation?
With just at my 19 perception, I will probably already heard his footsteps.
Well, he's not being quiet about it.
Okay.
It's not like
house.
he's...
Why would he be stealthing in his own house?
Creepy.
Because he and Betty have a thing going on.
I approve. Thank you.
It will have to be, let me see. It cannot be no more than 100 gold worth for me to be able, no wait, 80 gold worth for me to create the item.
You're Very technical.
Both Tim and Betty are looking at you. She's like, what can you create? You're saying you can do stuff with music, and then you're saying you can create a song?
Yes.
Okay. What?
She basically going to waste her party inspiration on this, but
Make her a
going,
new pot.
but I am not. I could, but basically that she plays on her ocarina, and then that she's going to be like, there, Earl, that you're going to have good luck, and then they're going to give you and then I'm going to give you some bardic inspiration.
I'll throw a dice out that way you don't. Oh, hold on. I got fancy ones.
And then that they just basically just see like this musical little floating silver, kind of almost silver whitish dragon that is floating around Earl.
I'm uplifted and feel better about myself already.
They're still both looking at you confused. So you trying to tell us you don't have any real practical skills? Can you swing an axe?
I can swing the rapier.
Nowhere near.
Just at the big toothy grin.
Close enough. We're gonna have you cut some wood.
That is,
Oh my god, we're in the town from fucking Footloose.
that's fine.
Music?
What use is music? There
Music's
are lives
great.
at stake.
Music's great and all, but we need something more than just some nice tunes. And you, Mr. Earl, what kind of...
I'm not going to tell them that. I know how to
As she's kind of fumbling for words, Tim finds what you look like the sort of gentleman who might know a thing or two about animals.
That's...
I don't. Was not being presumptuous there, buddy.
Hold
I
on.
might have been a little presumptuous there, Tim.
That was most presumptuous, but Earl's got. I can do this, and just the dirtiest corner of the room, press digitate, and it's just spotless. That. Press to digitate the whole room.
You know
Smells
what?
like fresh baked bread.
You know what that means? That means that you could do that in a barn.
I can clean fairly effectively. Just one square.
Square at a time.
It's very metric.
I, the ranger, did not take animal handling as a skill.
But I will not say no to what you asked me to do unless I physically can't do it.
Well,
Like if you need me to fit into a tight spot, we are out of luck.
you look like one of the more. You'll have to excuse me there, Miss Leona, but you look like one of the more learned folk. I was hoping you might have.
I did attend the Unseen University on Scry.
I was hoping you might know something a bit more along the doctoring and veterinarian services. You have
Not going to use cure wounds on this town, then.
Most of my studies were more academic in nature, but I can attempt. I cannot promise results.
Well, how about you, Miss Leona? Would you know a thing or two about animals?
Leona just pops up in the window.
Right.
I thought she'd gone outside. I'm sorry.
I am not one for animals, but
Wait.
I do know only about
Shadow.
history.
Was it Jim that Tim was talking to on the front porch? Would I have walked off with Jim?
No, I'd say you're still there because he decided to basically put you at the cutting wood.
I thought I was helping with
He,
the wall.
No.
wood.
Wall.
Either one. He hasn't really told you one way or the other. Kind of seems like he's just getting game plan together what you guys can do.
All right, look. I've never been one for farming animals, but it's fine. Where are the animals?
Can you help with this again?
I can try. Bookish, musicish, outdoorsish. Let me at it.
Fair enough. Well, tell you what. Let me get those two to work, and then I'll take you down where we house the animals.
All right.
So,
Do you need painting done?
if you prefer painting over cutting wood,
I very much would. The bone
Alright.
punch.
Alright.
Are you the bard or else am I the bard?
Sheriff.
Sure. But that's fine. I do the cutting wood.
So, he takes the three of you kind of close to McGee's house, but around the bend and to where the forest is. And you see, like, the first 50 yards or so, it's been kind of cleared back. You see a lot of stumps, but you also see a lot of new trees that kind of disperse between the stumps. So, well, we don't hurt for wood, to be honest. These trees grow at least this far, and they grow fast. These have only been growing for a couple of weeks, and they're already this big.
Like, how big?
Yay big?
The ones
So,
that you punch
15.
in Valheim.
15
Yes.
foot tall.
Yeah, thereabouts. Whereas the trees beyond this are much thicker and much bigger. In fact, it may be a good 20 feet into the forest itself. It's very dark. You see a couple other people just cutting down trees. There's an area where they've got the logs that are being, another guy that are being split. You see a few other stations for splitting wood. Just on this Leona, if you can handle axe, they could definitely use your help splitting wood. And he points to a pile of just logs.
Okay, walk over there.
It gets cold at night sometimes, and we want to be ready for those winters. And if you need anything, you can ask Earl there. He's the other guy, other fellow there, splitting wood.
Another Earl.
Yeah, an Earl.
Alright.
It's a common name.
That is a very common name.
I will be alright, now that I should be okay. Just, we know how to get in contact with each other.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Gonna message you. We do.
Oh, alright.
Alright, well, Mr. Earl, if you'll come with me, I think one of the shop owners needed something painted, and didn't give me much detail. Or
Alright.
maybe even a storeroom. If he finished that, he might need some help at the storeroom. Hard to say. There's always something to need to be done. I hope you're not too distraught about that bookish comment. You do have a scholarly way about you.
Yes, I'm a little owlish in appearance, and I understand it.
So he walks with the two of you kind of just around the way. As you enter one of the shops, the bell, the door as you open has a little bell, little dingles. The shelves are bare, outside of a few knickknacks. There's what is on the shelves is there's no rhyme or reason to it. You see like a wooden rolling toy. There's a metal cylinder that has like this paper label on it that says Campbell's.
Okay.
You gonna summon some camels on top of a bad guy. Now.
Camels or candles?
Campbell's.
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 Campbell.
Oh.
It has a red and white label.
Okay,
with
I
a
thought you said
gold-
camels for a second.
Sorry.
Like,
He's multiversing reality in here.
okay, I'm sorry. I get that now. I just thought you said
Yeah,
camels.
I thought he said candles.
I
Then I thought he
heard
said camels.
Sorry.
But the real
It-
truth
hold on.
is
Question.
Campbell's.
Is it chicken and stars soup?
No, it's
It
red.
says
It's
tomato.
Oh.
It's gotta be tomato.
You do see a whole cheese wheel.
Damn,
Or
Zugar's
looks
not
like a
here.
cheese wheel. And there's just a few kind of other odds and ends, but nothing of real. Outside of those three things, there's nothing of real note.
What color is the rind on the cheese wheel?
It's white.
Delicious.
Identify. No.
That sounds-
It's a camembert.
It sounds like Gouda.
Earl's gonna look at it. I still can't process dairy.
As you hear a fellow behind the counter is like, "Oh, hello, Tim. These the visitors we got?"
I was
Psycho?
informed that you need painting.
Oh, absolutely. The storeroom could use another coat of, we make this kind of protective paint. It helps keeps the stuff out and, the freshness in it. If you get
Painting
what I'm saying.
outside or inside.
Well, a bit of both. So we're painting the inside, just painting, and outside we're getting the cracks. Yeah.
I'll fill the cracks.
All right. Well, I'll do what I can on the inside.
Stop looking at me.
Hey,
You're
listen.
looking at me.
At least it's not cheeks clamping down.
Yet.
Nearly killed Neysa on Thursday.
Oh God! Stop!
As he pulls out this bucket and puts a brush on it and hands it over.
You have a second brush.
I got my own brush. You too?
Gonna mage hand the brush up. It'll go faster. On the
All
outside,
right.
you can relax.
All right. And he digs out another brush. This one's not as nice, but well, this will work for you, I suppose. We're just
Appreciate
slopping
it.
it on there mostly.
I'm gonna be fine at that. By the way, Earl's mage hand is completely invisible
Mm-hmm.
because of the telekinesis feat.
It's good stuff.
So there's now just a
Wax on.
Wax on.
Wait, wax.
Paint
paint
up.
on,
Paint.
paint in.
Yeah.
Gotta get between the cracks. Deep in there. Brush. Seal it up.
So with that, he takes you kind of out around back behind the shed. You do see the chinking in the logs is kind of cracked, and there's a few spots that are opened up where you can kind of see through.
I'm more or less tarring.
Yeah.
I did that yesterday.
So yeah, you're tarring, and then that's how it goes. So anyways, Tim looks at you. All right, Shadow. Let's just go look at some animals.
All right.
Really hope you can help.
Certainly try.
So he kind of takes you, and you go between two houses, and then you see a stone structure. The backside slopes down. He's got a heavy wooden door. It's in far better condition than you're expecting and what you've seen elsewhere. That even has reinforced with metal.
All right.
As he lifts up the latch and then opens it with a little bit of heft. And you feel like kind of a breeze coming from below. As he we found a natural cave here and, cleared it out and made it hospitable. A little bit of work, it made it habitable. A lot of us, a lot of the older folks stayed in here when they first arrived until some structures could be built for shelter. We, believe it or not, we actually had a wizard come through and cast some magic so I don't want to say nice, but nicer here. A lot of the harsher weathers out there don't affect us as hard here.
That makes sense.
Wizards are an oddity, if you ask me.
Well, underground structures in harsher climates are generally
I will say, watch your step. Sometimes these stone pathways do ice over, and I don't want you to slip and take a tumble. If you need to, you can kind of grab onto me.
all right.
He's flirting with you.
What yeah, I'm not noticing that. What does it smell like when he opens the door? Because I mean, if it's an actual like barn situation down there, I'm assuming there's not going to be great ventilation.
You get some traces of just animal odor, but you're also picking up some other stuff you can't really identify.
Okay.
There's a bit of a mildew busk that's covering up a lot of stuff.
All right. Fair enough.
Now, as you go down, you see a couple of stones in the wall.
Okay.
Now, this is all a stone structure, but there are these little, what looks to be gemstones, but they are glowing enough to produce dim light
Okay.
every so often. And you're seeing like several areas that kind of cut off this main branch. And you see doors at each one, sometimes right there at the in the hallway, but sometimes they're further down. You get to the end, and you get to so as you're walking, he's explaining. So we had a dwarf come through. He called himself a rune master, or something. made us these gems. He said they'll light up in any dark place, and we decided this is the best place for anything. Beats burning torches down here.
Simple.
As he pushes open the door, and that's when the smell of animals hits you.
Yeah.
We do our best to ventilate it, but it is what it is. And, you know, we use the animal drop-ins to help fertilize our what did the fella call it? Greenhouse. Try to grow what we can.
Makes sense.
So as you walk in, you see a couple animals, a few pens, mostly goats. There's a couple of chickens. Doesn't really seem like it's enough to feed all these people.
So, what sort of assistance do you need from me?
This one, right here, as he kind of leads you over kind of to a gate that's kind of by itself. There's a goat that's just laying on its side. Its fur is kind of shedded off, where you see bare skin here and there. It's very patchy. The goats, it's got kind of this mucus just along its nose and mouth. Its eyes are kind of just glazed over, eating donuts.
Those shallow, soulless, terrible goat eyes.
Yeah.
Those rectangles of hate.
Is it breathing?
It's got a very light breath. Like, every once in a while you can see its stomach rise and fall. This one here has not been eating much. It's had a goat calf the other day, stillborn, and it's just it's not recovered from the pregnancy or anything like that. We don't really have anybody skilled enough with animals to figure out what's going on. We don't want it to die because this one's a good milk producer.
Neysa has ideas. What would you like me to roll to see if Shadow has any clue about?
You could roll. Let me see your sheet specs. It doesn't have to be yours. You just need to look at somebody's.
Because right now, I've got proficiency in nature, but I could roll medicine. I don't have animal
Let me see yours,
handling or
Spence.
anything.
That's got these skills. So you could roll medicine or animal handling, or all that's the same damn thing.
Yeah. All of the animal type checks are.
Yeah. Well, you could roll one of those if you're happen to be proficient in either one.
I don't. That's what I don't have. Yeah, that's gonna be a no from me, dog.
So you have a look. So what do you tell them?
You know what? Fuck it. I'll pull out a good berry. I'll try to put it in the goat's mouth.
Okay. Okay,
I
so
gotta
this
look like I'm
is
doing something.
this is the equivalent of trying to feed a dog a pill.
Pretty much, yeah.
What would you roll for that?
Animal
Dex?
It'd be animal handling.
Yeah.
Or
Animal handling.
Or you could say screw it and just go straight strength check to just shove that bitch down. That'd be terrible.
I'll try not
You
to.
have the option.
I'm trying not to abuse the goat. I'm trying to get it, and I'd like to see its reaction. I mean, if it's that sick, it shouldn't be able to fight that well. Okay, that's a 17 with a +1 for an animal handling.
Okay. Yeah, you get the good berry in the back of its mouth, kind of hold its mouth closed and massage it down the throat.
Yeah.
The animal doesn't really put up much of a fight.
And also doesn't seem to recover at all.
No, not really.
How many days ago did you say that it had the kid?
About 4 or 5 days.
See, Neysa knows that this sounds like a sepsis situation. But Shadow, for all that she grew up in the jungles of Mastika, she was raised a noble's daughter, so she
You
doesn't
weren't
know.
raised to take care of them animals.
Right.
You were raised to hunt them animals.
Right. So, can I try to get the goat on its feet?
Yeah, strength check.
Are we talking like this is like a boar goat, or is it like a little Nubian?
Got a mix between.
I don't. That's just a 12.
I mean, this is kind of just a dead weight lift.
Yeah.
You kind of get the goat over onto
Fanning
its belly.
goats, Chris. Yes, fanning
But-
goats.
Sick goat.
Yes.
Maybe plague goat. We don't know.
We
I don't know
what-
shit.
Look, if it's actually a plague goat, we need to take it with us, because then we just need to hit the bad guy with a plague goat.
I mean, you get it on kind of onto its belly, but it's just a dead weight. You can't really get it to lift up.
Oh shit. I'll tell Tim there's one more thing I can try. I don't really know what seems to be wrong with the goat itself, but I can try to just heal it a little bit, and maybe that will help. I don't really know. Do you want me to try?
Well, we can't recover. We're probably just gonna put the thing down. We don't know what's wrong with it. We don't want to risk the other goats.
I'll try, and I'll cast Cure Wounds on it. It's not really a wound. Let me actually check text here. Hang on. It's just straight hit points. It doesn't say anything, so
Yeah.
we'll see.
Go
It's
ahead and
just-
roll your cure wounds.
Yeah. Just
What level are you putting in?
just first level.
First level.
I just want to see if it has any effect at all.
Oh my god.
And
Your
then
wounds this
Hey,
goat explode.
That's gonna be max, so
Hey.
oh god, rangers are
Wisdom.
wisdom based, so that's just gonna be 9er.
And plus that one from the good berry would make that 10.
Yeah, I'd already had the one from the good berry, but
Yeah.
so
It does seem like it helps. The goat looks a little healthier.
You've treated a symptom, but not the disease.
yeah.
Is that the best way to put it?
Yeah. I mean, whatever you did, it seems like it helped a little bit.
Probably should have swapped out large and reduced since it's
The,
just this
the problem is I don't
for
know if
restoration.
that's I don't know if that's going to be enough. It seems like it's fighting some kind of illness that I don't know how to diagnose or otherwise heal that. I can only give it a little more energy, I guess.
Well, that made a difference. So I guess we're back to waiting to see what happens.
If you would like, I could come back in the evening, and if I have the opportunity and the resources, maybe I could do so again. But I don't want to.
Well, what are you planning on doing? Are y'all gonna try and get to the tower?
I think that is our best chance at figuring things out. Our original mission was to find a Aaron de Chevalier,
Oh yeah, he and his boys passed through here.
and so we are still
Wouldn't say they're good fellas, but
whether or not they were helpful or not. That was our task, was to find them and then figure out what happened to them, if nothing else, and that seems like we need to press on to at least attempt to accomplish that. But I don't think it would be wise for us to travel tonight, so I think, after dinner perhaps I could come back and see what more could be done, possibly also in the morning before we left.
tell you what, why don't we go see about building that wall that fell over, and we'll see how things are after dinner. I don't want to put too much on you if y'all are gonna make the journey to the tower.
Well, we I think we must, but not tonight. So perhaps we can get some more.
Alright, so he leads you back out of the cellar of sorts, and down more towards the entrance of the town. And you and a couple of the other people from the town start working on some carpentry, repairing this wall to the house that kind of fell over, cutting down portions of these logs to kind of just slide them back into place.
Yeah.
How it fell out of place, you're not really sure, but things happen. Weirder things have happened. For some of you, y'all spend the afternoon with back-breaking labor. Give me a strength save. Others, not so much. You just deal with the ramblings of a shopkeeper.
8.
Yeah, you get a point of exhaustion.
Damn.
Like, you find yourself, you're a little competitive. You find yourself trying to keep pace with this other guy, Earl.
The other one.
The other Earl. Like, he's...
Bad Earl.
Oh God.
Like,
no.
he'll set up a log, in one swing he'll cut it in half, and another swing he'll split off two pieces, and another swing he'll split off another two and set another one up. And you're doing your absolute best to kind of keep pace with them, and you just wear yourself out. Neysa, you spend a lot of time doing carpentry. You actually learn a fair amount about it. Like, you end up more as a spare hand, since it's not really a profession that you have.
Yeah.
And one of the guys there is, in fact, a professional. Earl, you finish your job, you get the inside painted. He's got some stuff in his storage bin. Not a whole lot. Maybe one or two just little interesting things you do. Spot, like, a book, which you're surprised he had, but it's a fairy tale book. You do get a chance to sit down and read it for a few minutes. No new fairy tales, you've heard them before, but kind of nice to sit and read for a moment.
I'm going to keep eyeing that odd can.
The Campbells.
Yeah.
Do you want to ask about it?
What exactly is that?
Well, we got one other one a while back. It said chicken and rice. I had Adventure buy it, and he opened it up, and it was just this. It smelled like, he said it tasted like chicken, but it was a soup, and there were little rice things in it, and a few.
Oh, so
chunks
it's like a potted stew.
Yeah, I suppose so.
I'm allergic to tomatoes.
That's unfortunate. It's the only one I
You're
got.
allergic to a lot, Earl.
Are you Eugene from Hey Arnold?
No, but at the same time, I'm under the impression birds don't process dairy.
True.
Have you ever had anybody come through and leave anything interesting, odd,
Aside from a Campbell's can of
other
tomato
than
soup.
the cans of soup?
Well, you have to define odd. Like, what do you mean?
Or just anything weird.
We get weird stuff from time to time. People pass through, buy the weird stuff, leave weird stuff. One time, I had somebody come through and gave me this flower. Said it reflected the emotions of the person who held it. And, sure enough, I picked it up and it changed color. Somebody else picked it up and it changed color. I don't have that.
I'm mostly here because of a flower, so I will abstain.
Yeah.
Bad
We all-
roses. Bad roses.
I was just wondering. Seems like this is going to be the last stop we have for a minute. I just didn't know if you had something interesting or weird still in your stock.
Well, if you're looking for something particular, I could go rummaging.
I'll do some extra work because I'll be honest. If I was to give you coin, y'all don't seem to have much use for it.
Ain't one thing. There is stuff that we need done, but I'll be honest, you don't seem like you can do it. It is what it is. Not everybody's got every skill.
Maybe not, but fire away. What is it else that you need done?
Well, shop can always use cleaning, but I usually spend the evening sweeping.
Just start
Prestidigitation.
rapid firing prestidigitation to clean off the decrepit dusty shelves. I'll clean the whole shop if you got something that's interesting.
Yeah. Alright, well, while you clean, I'll go dig something up. Gives me a night off. So by the time you finish cleaning, he comes back and he hands you. He has a jar, 2 jars, mason jars,
Moonshine.
Oh, shit.
in his hands. One is in fact a clear liquid.
Moonshine.
And the other is a crimson red, and you can see kind of this shimmer to it as it moves.
Those are interesting.
So, tell you what, I'll give you 1 for all the work you've done today.
Do you have any clue what they are?
No?
Identify.
You have to touch them.
I will, if he will let me, I will touch
Yeah.
them and do identify.
Yeah. So the one with the crimson liquid, if memory serves me right, you're picking up something akin to evocation.
Hold on, let me.
With identify, if you touch the item, you identify what it is.
Yeah, you learn name, properties, use, attunement, charges, spells on item, and spell used to make it.
Okay. Gotcha.
Now, to be fair, it took me a minute to do it.
Yeah. You gotta sit there going, oh.
Oh.
The hell are you?
Okay, so yeah, one is a jar of fireball.
Oh shit.
Alright.
The other, you're not picking up any magical properties.
Moonshine.
Is this straight alcohol?
Probably. All I know is when you smell it, it burns the inside of your noses.
So it's a jar of fireball and a jar of fireball.
Yes.
I'll take this red one if you don't mind.
Alright. Appreciate all your help. It's nice to have a night off for a change.
Not an
Back and
issue.
relax.
Got a feeling we're staying another night.
To be fair, we haven't stayed at night. We stayed at morning.
So with your
It's been a long time without being a long time since we showed up here.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
So, with your jar of fireball, its range is as far as you can throw it. So you do have to make a what would it be? Attack roll?
Dex.
Ranged attack.
Ranged attack roll.
Oh, there we go.
And then a
Breaking
20-foot radius
Woo!
to all
It's
creatures.
fireball.
Yeah, it's fireball. 8d6 damage. 8d6 fire damage.
Just fireball. Only
How many?
fireball.
It's 8d6.
Yes.
Alright, I'm gonna probably pass that off to somebody that has the ability to chonk
Let
shit.
me.
Hold on.
Literally let me. I am built for ranged attacks. Come on.
But
Let me yeet a fireball grenade. I'm so excited.
the question is the DM gonna say this is a strength-based chonk or a dex-based chonk?
Ranged attacks are dex based.
Or then I might keep it because if it's not strength-based, I got a 16 in dex.
I have 20 in dex, bro. Let me.
Alright.
You've been mean with me and made fun of the ham bread. You dipped it in milk and made milk ham.
So, towards the end of the day, the sun is starting to get low. The temperature noticeably starts dropping.
Yeah, well, mountain pop.
Yeah.
We're
I
sure
lived
we
in
this
Utah
isn't
for
going
a
away
year.
because doesn't inspiration only last like an hour?
10 minutes.
Oh, about a minute. It has been.
I lost my dragon companion.
Wee.
But I have 4. It's fine.
It starts dropping. Gets pretty cold. Like during the day, it was pretty warm. You could almost feel comfortable in short sleeves.
We're dealing with Canada.
Yeah. But now it's really starting to drop. You get cold. The sweat makes you a little uncomfortable. But are y'all going back to Tim and Betty's?
No, we're fucking running in the woods. Just
Oh, okay.
hell for broke. No, we're going
mean,
back
you
to
could.
bed.
All right. So y'all.
Speak for yourself.
It's called sarcasm.
So
It's called no.
Y'all get back about the same time as Tim is walking up to the house. He's like, oh, glad to see you. Or you're going back with Tim. He kind of hung out with you all day
Yeah.
working.
We was fixing walls, bro.
I'm prestidigitating my vest to be warm. Look, it's one of the best cantrips. I will abuse the hell out of this thing.
Yep.
Then do secondary effect on the pants. Because I can keep 2 of these up for an hour. Just sitting there like, hot britches. Hot britches.
But yeah, so as we're approaching the house, what it smell like? What Betty smell like she cooking?
Well, kind of throughout the town, you're getting pleasant smells of dinner.
Yum, yum,
I mean, there's meats and cheeses, but with Betty's house, you get a mixture of the two. You got meat and cheeses. It's hard to really put your finger on stuff. It's like,
Does anything
it
smell
smells
Nour?
delicious. No.
yum. Yes, it's long pork. We're having long pork. It's a little shrivelly. Tastes like tobacco.
Hmm. No, it smells.
Sorry, Chris,
pleasant.
your character's dead.
Maybe, you don't know.
We're eating now.
It's going to be that Rocky Horror Picture Show. Just throw back the cover on the table.
Alright.
Behold, dinner. Feast.
Oh, Betty's casseroles are fantastic. You guys are in for a real treat.
We got cheddar biscuits.
Leona just looks dog tired, bags underneath her eyes, hair's kind of a little overconfident, and chopped himself into a tizzy. It's fine.
This is why I didn't want to chop wood.
Maybe then I'll park you up.
I hope.
Oh yeah, I can't wait for you guys to have a bowl. I'm not sure which one she's fixing tonight, but it's gonna be good. As he pushes open the doors, like, come on.
Is there a place to wash up?
Yeah, we got a place inside.
Press digitate. Shit, now my vest isn't warm no more.
You're coming in the house.
Oh, it's comfy.
Anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, the house is warm.
Drop it on my pants. Do press digitate to get all the. I'm assuming tar on owl feathers, which is terrible.
The whitewash
Yes.
pink flecks. You look like a snowy owl now.
A little bit.
Mage Hand is not the most adequate painter. Dur, 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 dur.
There's a hole. All around the hole.
It just said Mage Hand on the wall. I had to press digitate it clean, and then inform Mage Hand it had to do it right, and then it painted a middle finger, so I had to press digitate that away.
So are you saying you've seen the writing on the wall?
You have a
Ba-bum-bum.
sentient mage hand?
No,
Of course.
God, that'd be take the plot of Idle Hands, but it's Mage Hand.
Unseen servants with their own minds. This is bad. This is bad. Bad.
Siri,
No, nobody has an iPhone, do they?
Anyway,
So, yeah, it's cozy inside the house. There is a very pleasant smell of dinner. It doesn't smell like anything you've smelled before in particular. So, Tim goes over to a kind of this basin. You see him kind of scrub his hands off. It's the arrow of no soap. Is what it
press
is.
digitate.
Well, thank you. Don't know what to do. I've never been so clean.
I even got underneath the nails.
No. Immaculate until tomorrow.
Just one day the man is clean and he has no clue what the hell to do with himself.
Yeah, and so as you guys are entering and press digitating, you hear Betty's go ahead and have a seat. Dinner will, the casserole will be out in just a moment.
alright, have a seat. Just tired. Just blink into the chair.
Have
So-
a meeting.
As
I don't think that's gonna help.
as you do sit home, as you do sit down at the table, Tim sits ahead of the table. It's somewhat the table's almost too big, like it's supposed to seat. What? 4 or 6 people. I mean, there's room.
And there's room for 1 or 2 more.
Mm-hmm. you're not cramped. The table's already got silverware and some wooden bowls. The silverware is, well, it's not silver, but it's a different kind of metal. It's very smooth and it's very glossy, and you can see your reflection in them.
No, my perception is low. I know what Hewitt wants to do right now with the reflective spoon detail.
Uh-huh.
Earl ain't got that type of perception. He is.
What are we checking for upside downs?
He was just checking. Hewitt would say, if the DM has noted reflections in spoons,
Yes.
the meta that is Hewitt is like, roll perception, you dumb shit. And then Earl.
For, what is Hewitt wanting us to roll perception for?
Because I heard the DM make a detail that triggered me. That's it. That's it. Like, it literally could be everything's fucking fine, but...
So...
I've studied too much Fey lore, okay?
So, if there were... What would... This is Neysa, the player, wanting to know, because I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, Hewitt the DM, Hewitt who has looked into Fey shit for Dresden,
Yeah.
and looked into other creatures. The second reflections are brought up, all of a sudden there is so much bullshit that now could be possible, not possible, a problem, not a problem, that just the idea of reflections and mirrors and what we're supposed to do with it is triggering me to go, Hewitt is a distrusting asshole when it comes to any type of supernatural creature. Okay? I don't leave milk out for the brownies because those assholes might actually be shitbags. But Earl, with his grand total of a passive perception...
Didn't you got like 12 or something?
No, I have 17 passive insight. I have 11 passive perception.
Beautiful.
I don't know, or Earl don't notice shit.
Beautiful.
So, y'all sit down. You get comfortable. It is pleasant, warm inside the house. Very relaxing. Again, for some of you, for a second time, this, for some reason, feels like home. It's kind of like having a hard day's work and just having that, well, for some of us, it's like having a hard day's work and then sitting home with dinner and having a beer. I don't have any other way to put that. It's that particular feeling. It just feels nice. After a few moments, Betty comes out and she starts putting glasses down for everybody. It's filled with water. She says, "Just a moment, it'll be right out of the oven. I hope you lot are hungry. I fixed extra."
Yes.
And a few moments later, she comes back. She's got this Corningware dish. She puts it down, opens it up, and the top side is, from the smell alone, it looks like it's a golden brown, what looks to be shredded potatoes. And underneath, you can see, as she scoops in, starts digging it up, you can see a just melted layer of cheese.
I do not mean to be rude, Madam Host. I will have to abstain.
Right, the dairy.
I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be rude.
Well, let me divvy this up, and I can see about getting something that's more on scale for you.
That is fine. You've already offered me a place to stay. That is more than enough.
Well, if you do have something, I can heat it up. The oven's still warm, or
I've been given a boba by my friend. I will be good.
I do hope you choose to sit and eat with. Is that enough?
It's a full days.
I had one this morning, so now I'm like, oh god, I'm gonna have to shit double.
You got the good berry.
I got the double good berry. I got the double good berry in my tummy.
So this casserole, as she's divvying it up, you see it's a layer of shredded potato, cheese, vegetables of some sort, and then a meat. But looks like ground beef.
Yeah.
Looks like ground beef.
Yeah. Why not?
Well, I mean, it could be ground goat, it could be ground chicken.
Were there chickens in the hole?
Yes.
Just as tired as I am, I won't. I know. I want to make a perception check.
Okay.
I am going to eat this casserole, and I'm not even going to question it.
Alright, even at disadvantage, I had got a 21.
Okay.
Shit.
So
It's the first meat I've seen on a plate since we got here. I'm gonna eat it.
yeah, you do.
Just kind of
So,
like pretend like I'm
Do
cutting
you,
it
do you
up.
just like go all in and devour
Welcome
this?
to the plot of Titus, by the way.
Well, welcome to the plot of I'm a cat, I'm a hypercarnivore, and even though I have the good berries, I want fucking meat.
Okay, so do you just like devour it, or do you just sit there and you just you get
It
a fork and you sit a little bit?
it is literally the cat shoving its face into the gushy food and coming back up.
I'm going to be as, polite as possible and not go full feral at these people's table. But I am eating.
Meanwhile, that Leona is just like refining, cutting, but also kind of like looking at it stealthily and just like. So with a 21, what do I get?
So as you're eating this looks like normal food, but as you're chewing it, something kind of bursts in your mouth. You bite down on something, and it tastes
Is it that?
Is
Is it that mac and cheese?
it like that gristle burst, or else is it like a burst whenever you get a tough piece of meat?
It's a fracking
Like a gusher.
eyeball.
Like a gusher, so more gristle almost.
yeah.
Going to. Well, never tasted.
As you're eating, and you start kind of zeroing on this, though, things around you kind of start to change. The tablecloth becomes more dirty and is more worn.
Going to quickly, message Earl like, I want to do a magic check around this place. Because that something isn't as what it seems.
So
You don't say.
Give me a wisdom save.
Alright. Hey, I'm stoked for meat, man. I don't care. That's a nat 1. I don't even care.
God.
Okay, you've gone feral on this.
It's tasty. It's meat.
Yeah. So, Earl, as you get this message, things around you start changing. So what do you tell Earl?
I tell Earl that this meat has a bursty in it, and tablecloth is very dirty. Something's up.
Yep, about time something happened.
So, both of you, the world kind of around you starts to change. It's not warm anymore. The tablecloth is just torn up and shredded. The casserole in front of you isn't as pleasant as it looks, but is more just kind of grainy and has bones sticking out of it. And your two hosts, Betty and him, aren't eating with silverware. They're actually digging in with their hands, shoveling into their mouths, much like your now companion. You also, as you watch, their forms are changing. Their clothing has gone from this nice but old, rustic clothing that's kind of, they've done their best to repair it, to just this shredded, old clothing. Their skin has changed to more of a gaunt gray. Their eyes sunken.
Oh, welcome to Ghoul Town.
Are we looking at ghouls or gas?
You're looking at ghouls.
Okay,
as
so
they're shoveling, and they notice as they are shoveling this food in your mouth. They notice the both of you are looking at them. And
Earl?
in unison, you
Earl?
hear. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, Earl's not letting on anything. He's
Either. Same.
Earl just is hawked down the Goodberry to have basically the overbred tummy.
Uh-huh.
Like at some point, I'm hacking up a pellet. I'm hacking up a pellet so bad. Just look up, Madam Host. Could I please have another glass of water? That bead was most choking.
Pays you no regard.
Right?
Like they are not being quiet about their being just as loud as Shadow.
It's tasty.
Shadow is like okay. Let me ask this. What is the seating order at
Just like this.
at this table? Like, are they on one side and we're on the other?
You about to table flip? Please don't table flip. I will kill you if you take away my food.
No, I'm asking the DM, like, how, because you said this could fit 6 people, we're 5. Are they on one side and we're on the other?
So-
Or
Well, Tim's at the
You
head
got
of
the
the
Tim
table.
at the head of the table. You
Right.
got Betty just right next to him on the side. I'd say 2 of you on one side, maybe 1 on the other, or 1 at the other foot of the table.
Yeah.
We didn't specify.
no,
However y'all want to do it.
I'm asking because I know where my theater of the mind is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wanting to make sure what is the official one before
Here,
I possibly fucking do.
a
Well,
table.
hold on, we
And
actually
a
got table
shadow.
minis.
Yeah, we do.
Oh God.
So
Actually have
put
table
this boy
minis.
at the head, and this one right there to the side. While we set this up, I'll be right back.
Oh boy, the
Don't
old
trap me in the closet.
I'm not trapping you in the closet.
the old
Trap him in the
rope-a-dope.
closet.
No, I don't need to be an R. Kelly song.
No, I just saw that. Finally, he finally went to jail.
I don't see nothing wrong
But
with
I
him doing time.
I did not realize that Aaliyah was that young, though.
Oh,
Boop,
oh yeah. When he's saying age is just a number.
boop.
Yeah, yeah. Everybody, I did not know. I could not see this
I would
happen.
probably
Really,
say that he
really.
and Earl
He married an
probably-
underage woman. Or sorry, let me rephrase that. There's nothing such as that. An underage child
Meanwhile,
in the 90s, and then he got busted, and they made jokes about it on the Boondocks. In the OOs, and then in the teens he gets busted again. So all of a sudden everybody's like, "Oh, I didn't know this would happen. I didn't expect this." I'm like, "Really, you didn't expect this to
No,
happen?"
that-
Read
that you know
Kelly
what?
in here.
Yes.
Guessed it.
that he had actually got busted prior to the whole Boondock skit and stuff. That it was earlier.
I know. I'm just saying. It's
Oh.
like there are
Yeah, but
3.
he's just now
there
going
are-
to prison.
There are 3 decades: the 90s,
Mm-hmm.
the aughs, the teens. All 3 of those decades, this individual is shown to have a problem, that he had an issue, and that he had a proclivity that should have been, "We're gonna whoop your ass until you don't do it," or now he's in jail for
We
doing
have
it.
the setup. For you.
Oh, I'm
Cool.
with it.
Cool.
So
Unless you want to be by Ghoul Lady.
no, I'm good at the far end of the table. In that case, the second that I'm going to get the message and they don't respond to the message, I am scorching rain.
Okay.
So, hold on. Shadow's gonna latch onto me like some type of like fresh meat because she lost that check. All right, so ice knife would be terrible because that would get all of us. So yeah, I'm definitely doing scorching ray.
Okay.
So I need to do 3 attacks. That's gonna be a miss.
Tasty wanted fresh.
Do 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 do. 18
18 will hit.
and a 26.
That'll hit.
That is 2d6. Where did I put my? I know I have another d6 in here. There we go. It's the funky d6. Okay, so for the first one, 3 fire. Just doing them straight down the table at the first one. That is a total of 6 fire. I rolled the same thing twice.
Aww.
It is 6 fire, or that's 12 fire damage.
Okay. To 1?
Yeah, I'm not spreading these out.
Okay.
Just gonna shoot the beams of fire. I did ask for a glass of water.
So as you do that, they both look up and look at you. Shadow, what you just saw as you're stuffing your face with this amazingly delicious casserole
So delicious.
is you see your owl and friend just blast him.
What's wrong with you?
As he's knocked over in his chair, and you hear him just like, ah!
Ghouls.
You
Ghouls.
what you see is you're still in this nice house. It's warm. The casserole looks delicious. Betty's sitting there going, "What?" And Tim's on the floor holding his chest.
Ghouls.
Don't insult our hosts.
Ghouls. But that is literally all that Earl is saying is ghouls.
You can make a perception check.
I've never played or run with ghouls, so I know nothing.
Well, there's a
hang on.
lot of different rules for ghouls.
22
Depends on the edition.
perception.
Mm-hmm.
If it's a straight perception, 22.
Okay, yeah.
Just be glad this isn't second edition, because Undead in second edition, it wasn't that they could do damage to you that was so bad, it's that they could steal levels.
Super fun.
Yeah.
Temporarily, they could steal levels. And if
So-
you were reduced below 0 levels, you...
Yeah, the
Died.
world, like your two companions, is you kind of, like, you start looking, you trust in Earl. He wouldn't have done that if there wasn't a good reason. And you start kind of disbelieving what your eyes are telling you. The world around you starts changing. The heat's gone, the casserole is this disgusting slop of bone and some other meat.
Well, it was good while it lasted.
And the Betty across from you is this now gaunt, hell-skinned figure that is also crawling up on the table. And initiatives,
Beautiful.
as she is now beelining for Earl.
Yeah, that tracks.
Yeah, the initiatives are not at disadvantage. Like,
Sorry, I have a friend texting me about
okay.
complaining about having to post like multiple weeks lesson plans up, and I'm like, I had to post my whole semester.
All right, Leona.
Leona got a 23.
Shit.
Oh fuck. 23. Shadow.
14.
Okay.
I rolled a little low.
Earl.
13.
No. Okay. Yeah. All right. Leona, you're up.
Alright, and just give me a moment. Gotta get the spell or something like that. That she is just going to like, just kind of like look squarely, tiredly at the, at the supposed wife, and just going to be like, that I never knew that this home was so unsaintly and unjust welcoming. And then as she is casting dissonant whispers, and I'm gonna need that wisdom save.
I'm gonna need that wisdom save.
I'm gonna need that wisdom save.
I'm sorry, that sounds like it. You could put that behind it. That needs to be in the song. Like,
Woo. So,
16.
yeah, that's a pass.
Oh. See, do they take half damage or succeed? But they still take half as damage. Okay. That they take 6 psychic.
Okay.
Psychic, and then that they don't move away. And then as a bonus action, that she's just going to be like, Shadow, it's going to be okay. And then as she just basically gives you bardic inspiration.
I'm sorry, I feel like Shadow's like, this situation's messed up and all,
And then
but
that you know
there's
there's a
still
little
me.
floating dragon is basically beside you, and then I choose to move back away from the
You
table.
will trigger an
Oh,
attack
that's
opportunity.
fine.
All right.
That is fine by me.
So, does a dirty 20 hit?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
no.
That's an 8 as she
Okay.
manages to grab and bite you.
Okay.
Man, what was
Enter.
that milk? What was that milk?
Very tasty.
They do have animals.
Now all I can think of is that movie with Tim Allen where they had to pretend to be Amish, and he's like, I milked your cow, we only have a bull, and he's sitting there wiping the milk mustache off. He's just like,
Oh.
I'm like, okay.
Oh, I did have that right before.
I'm sorry.
So confused.
Unless you roll a nat 1 on animal handling or on survival, anatomy is similar enough between most mammalians that you shouldn't have made that mistake. Also based off of smell. Just saying. This is.
Yeah.
I am not a cow person, but I'm fairly certain.
Okay, sorry, is that my turn?
I was
Mobs. The mobs are going.
Okay.
So,
The water going.
mobs.
Wait, why am I
Mobs.
still
Monsters.
moves at the table?
Okay, mob.
I'm sorry.
Okay, when you
I
say
knocked you
mobs,
over a
I'm
little
like,
bit. How far?
Okay,
Here?
we're about to be
Yeah.
dealing with more outside.
Sorry, I
Okay,
moved my cards
so
and I thought I
Betty
knocked you
is
over,
going to
sorry.
get in Earl's face.
Fair.
In
I
face.
don't believe I have. Hold on, let me see. Double checking. No, I currently do not have any reaction abilities.
I have one just in case.
Okay.
Wizards don't get a lot of reaction spells.
I'm just waiting for the
Magic number is
So
15.
there's dirty 20, 16,
The magic number is 15.
7.
Magic number is 15.
Okay. So, first attack is 5 as she sinks her teeth into you. And then the second attack is a 9 as she claws you. You see Tim at the end of the table stand back up from being blasted in the chest, and he lets out a ear-splitting, blood-curdling kind of scream. As he kind of almost looks like he's going into a rampage. Just
Oh, we're getting 28 days later up in this bitch.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Shadow.
Okay.
He's letting everybody know what's up.
I'm not under the effects of whatever illusion or whatever they were doing anymore.
Correct.
Okay. So we didn't really specify, but I'm going to say that I wasn't, like, my weapons and stuff are not on me. So
Okay.
I'm going to be doing a cutesy little feline agility thing and skidooshin over here to grab my bow and then up against the wall start.
You will trigger an attack of opportunity.
Okay.
Alright. 11.
Does not hit.
Alright.
But yeah, get bow, get arrows, and I will hunter's mark. I'll start with what's her face because she's in
Yeah, that sounded bad.
she's in his face. Start with Betty. So taking one pot shot at a 19 to hit,
That'll hit.
and the second one, so I can just roll all damage at once. With a 16 on the die plus 11 will be 27 to hit.
Damn. Wait, 27 to hit?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that
I'm,
hits.
I'm rolling 2 shots at once and
Okay.
seeing what we get. So with that, that's going to be a D8, the Hunter's Mark D6.
Smells like pickles.
Mm-hmm.
So 13 and 14 is 27 damage.
So 27 total?
Yes. That is correct. That's bonus action,
Okay.
multi-attack. Yeah, that's gonna do it. That's all I got.
Earl!
Got splashed by hot pickle juice and she
Okay.
dropped one of the jars
Oh
of pickles.
no.
No.
She was canning. Sorry.
Okay.
Alright.
So bonus action. I need a strength save. Hold on, let me read this right. Yeah, there'll be a strength from her that's on me.
Okay. 15?
Matches, so she is not going to be thrown.
Betty ain't dealing with no shit.
Give me just a second to look at different things. Because I also have to think about positions of other people. Because I
How
can't.
big? How large is the room?
I'm not considered grappled.
Are we considering
Correct.
it like this? Just kind of like this general space?
Yeah, I'd say it's about 20 by 15.
Okay.
Okay, but I'm not being grappled currently, right?
Currently.
Okay. And she has already taken an attack of opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
So what Earl is going to do is... Don't do that, Jar. I mean, I'm not using you because flying inside of a room is a terrible idea.
Wait. Are you saying that Betty's already used an attack
Yes,
of
that she
opportunity?
had did
Yes.
it to strike me.
Oh. Okay.
So I will be dropping a sphere of fire between the two of them,
Okay.
which means I wrote it down. 5 foot diameter. I need a dex save from both.
That's a natural 20 and a dirty 20.
Okay, well, they're still taking half damage.
Okay.
So for Betty, that is, I mean, for
Okay.
both of them, it'll be one fire because I rolled a 3. These dice keep rolling 3s, and then I will move back.
Okay.
Or Earl will move back, and the flaming sphere will sit there slowly burning the table. Now let me go read the rest of the rules for this because there's stuff that happens with their turn and my turn and
So if they end their turn in the radius, I think they deal damage. And then on your turn, as a bonus action,
I can move it. I think that's the way it works. Let me make sure because I did not do, I thought I wrote shorthand down that made sense.
While you're doing that, Leona.
Alright, Leona is going to basically move a little bit. Let's see, right here. By shadow, pick up her short bow, and then just basically going to strike at the father, and then I also get to add sneak attack because ally is engaged with it.
Engage with melee. Unless I misunderstand sneak attack.
Someone has to be engaged within 5 feet
Oh,
of it.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fireball
okay.
doesn't.
Okay,
Fireball's,
then if that's
fireball
fine.
is nobody, or flaming sphere
Okay,
is
then if
nobody's
that's
ally.
fine. Then if that's going
Yeah.
to be a 21 to hit,
That'll hit.
so it's just 1d6. That is going to be 3 points of piercing,
Okay.
and let's see, do I have any bonus? What's vicious on 3?
Damn, that would have been a smart smell of cats.
No. I got nothing. That is her turn.
Okay. Over to the monsters. So Betty is going to charge at Earl.
Makes sense.
Yeah. And she's going to make her 3 attacks.
Makes sense. And the magic number's 15.
Yeah. So 1 hit.
Okay.
So that's 5 damage if she bites you. You're also going to need to do a dex save.
Dex save.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's great. That's a nat 1.
Yeah. You take an additional 8 damage as she lifts up her jaws and vomits acid onto you.
Okay. Okay.
Tim is going to charge at you, Leona,
Okay.
and make his 3 attacks. Does a 17 hit?
17 hits.
Alright, all those attacks hit then.
Okay.
So, the bite attack is a natural 20.
Reroll that. Silvery barbs. Reaction.
Nice.
That's a miss.
Okay.
But her 2 claw attacks with a 17 and a 22 hit.
Okay.
Oops. That's 8
Okay.
and then 5
So 13 total.
and then a dex save.
That's going to be a 13.
You tie it, so you pass, I do believe. And you take 1 acid damage as he attempts to barf up on
So
you. but
14.
He kind of missed his bite and he can't really get his jaws around on you right.
Okay.
Neysa. Or Shadow, sorry.
Okay. None of this is good.
Move.
Yeah.
Either go for the flank or get away.
Well, I'm still using my bow, so
Right.
like that'd be disadvantage. Is it disadvantage if we're like still within melee
Yes.
range? On
Yes.
it? Yeah. So it's no good, and I don't wanna switch for my short swords this early, and especially considering I'm built to be an archer. So,
Do what your character would do.
yeah. I'm just thinking we're also kind of at max on the room here, so there's not really anywhere I can go except over by the flaming sphere. Now, we had said canonically that we've all been in a mission group together for a while. Would I know that as long as I don't end my turn within range of your sphere, I'm okay?
Yeah, because this is one that definitely has been used a good chunk by.
Okay.
By Earl.
So, I think what I'm going to try to do is, I guess I'll take the attack of opportunity from Tim to get over here, do kitty cat things, and get up on the table.
Okay.
And we'll start with that. So,
So the attack of opportunity is a 16.
that does not hit.
Okay.
And I'll take 1 shot at each ghoul.
Okay.
So
So I do believe Tim has your hunter's mark, right?
he does.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go for him first.
Okay.
No, it was her. It was her that I hit with the hunter's mark.
Okay.
Because she was up in
She was up on the table.
she was up in
Yeah.
Earl's grill. And now I don't remember which of these are. I'm gonna try that again because I don't remember which of those it was that I actually rolled. Hang
Okay.
on. Okay. 22 to hit on him, Tim.
That hits.
Okay, so that's just gonna be 13 damage.
Okay.
And then to her, and she's the one that's marked. 15 to hit.
That ties.
Oh, ooh, ooh. I was worried there for a minute. So with the hunter's mark, that's going to be 16 beautiful damages. Are they both still up?
Yeah.
Okay, what I'm going to do then is I'm going to triangulate this mess. I was here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and kind of move toward the corner of the room.
Okay.
I don't think I make it all the way to the corner, but
Close.
closer to the corner. Let me double check my shit here. Yeah, because I don't want to use my actual feline agility thing right now. So, Yeah, I'm gonna call it there.
Okay. Earl.
Okay,
Sorry,
bonus
bro, I
action.
forgot.
It's a bonus action.
Run a Negro back.
Gonna slam that into her. I need her to make a dex save.
Okay. It's 12.
That's failure, so that is going to be full damage. I need
Okay.
2d6s. That is 7 fire damage. How is she looking?
Better than the other one.
Earl is then going to step here.
Better than the other one?
Mm-hmm.
I scorching rayed him
Oh,
in the
you
chest.
did, you did.
And Earl's going to say, "Oh God, that bow,
You get pretty hard in the opening turns.
that bow was coming back." And I'm going to cast at 3rd level Tasha's Caustic Brew and spew a line of acid that's going to hit both of them.
It's like, here,
Okay.
you do it to me, we do it to you.
So that is 6d4 acid damage that I'm rolling.
Okay. Is there a save
Dex save.
for both of them?
Yes.
Oh, they are in a line, ain't they? Damn. We set
Okay.
that up good.
So, Tim got a dirty 20. The other one, Betty, did not.
Okay, so Tim will take half.
Okay.
So
Roll those dice.
6, 10,
Okay.
14.
14 total.
Yeah.
Goodbye, cruel dice.
I just need another d4 because I didn't get the d4 out of that one.
So, so what happens to Tim
Ooh.
with this acid? Tell me what happens.
Oh, okay. You're
Yeah,
asking me
how
what
you
happens.
gonna
I was
do
thinking
this?
you're about to. Earl just. And it is just exorcist level neon purple acidic vomit shooting out. Just, I'm assuming, square in Betty's face.
Yeah.
And I feel Earl turns to look as there is now a slight cone around Goldwife's head. And it just hits all of him. And he just dissolves into a puddle.
Yep.
And Earl, ha,
Yeah.
ha. Like just a little remnant of boba falls.
Aww.
Oh,
How dare you disrespect the boba.
it's not my fault. It just came up that way. I am gonna need that water.
Leona, you just watched acid hit Tim, and just he dissolves in front of you.
She's just gonna look down and like, okay, and rear up a shot at her,
Okay.
at the mom.
Betty. There is no Veronica.
Betty.
Then that's definitely gonna hit. Then that's a 24 to hit.
That'll hit.
And then that this is not sneak attack because I don't have an ally.
Actually,
You
I am
Oh.
definitely engaged.
Yep.
I don't think there's any way to describe me vomiting in somebody's face
Nope.
is not engaged
Nope.
in the situation.
Yep.
Well, damage is damage, so then that's gonna be 7 piercing total.
Oh, with the sneaks?
I had got only a 1 on the sneak.
Oh,
Ooh.
yeah. Wait, sneak
Fir-
attack is actually.
I am a first level rogue.
That's still 2d6, right? Sneak attack starts at 2. Does it not? Am I
Mm-mm.
I don't know, I
stupid?
don't play enough road. Let's look it up.
Rules check.
I actually have a phone that can.
Yeah.
I'm so used to having the old one that's no, I don't need light armor proficiency. It's 1d6 sneak
Yeah,
attack.
it's
Okay.
1d6.
It becomes 2d6 at 3rd level.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
here's the deal: is won't lie. Most campaigns we play don't start at
yeah.
first because
But you multied. So.
Yeah,
Okay.
I had
I
multi in the
literally
one
had a
rogue.
flock of swans kill a 1st level party.
Alright. And bonus now that she probably won't last that long and
She goes next.
She does get next.
but then she already has a bardic inspiration.
I
So
do.
I don't know what I should do.
I'm saving that for a hit that might not hit.
All of my things are actions, so then that is the end of my turn.
Farewell,
Okay.
everybody. Because I know who she's coming after.
Yeah. Lucky. She does not recharge her acid spear.
15 is the number.
Yeah.
15 is the
Because
number.
where are you at?
So she lands the bite.
15.
She lands the bite, misses the 2 claw attacks.
Nice.
It's 5.
Swish wizard.
8
swish.
damage as she just
Okay.
chunks onto your shoulder.
Not looking good, y'all, but still up.
Okay.
With the
Shadow.
She needs to die. So I'm gonna take 1 shot, and yeah, that's gonna hit. It's 13 on the die with plus 11, and
Okay,
with
12
hunter's
damage.
with hunter's mark. So I'm gonna use my piercer feat because that 2 is just sad. There we go. That's so much better. I like it. 16 pokies from 1 hit. She up yet or down? Smack her around a little bit more? What do I need to do? Come on.
I'm torn because I want
She's-
you to tell me how you do it.
All right,
But I also
all right.
have a really cool idea too.
What's your idea?
She turns into a pin-up.
Oh, come again?
You pin her to the wall with your arrow.
I mean, yes, but
You know what? You
Yeah.
tell me how you do it.
yeah, no, through the neck.
Yes.
Stop barfing on my friends.
She
Uh,
bites me. She pulls her head back and just.
Gets ready to go for another chunk and just you get your arrow through the neck and she just limps. Her body goes limps as your arrow has enough force to pin her to the wall.
And the door out. Is there any window on this wall within
No.
easy reach? No. I'm going to move to where I can get a line of sight on the door. I just want to be sure that there's not another whole batch about to come through the door.
Okay. Yeah, you get a lot. The door is closed. You feel like you're safe for the moment. However,
We know that Tim was screeching and hollering
yes,
like a madman.
you do hear a lot of movement. Not necessarily around the house, but out in the general area as you hear things, just heavy thuds moving throughout, hunting. For
Okay.
what it sounds like, you know what something on the hunting path sounds like.
Going to cast a second level cure wounds at Earl.
Yeah, that is a touch thing. So like
Oh,
that's what I
God,
was.
move them up.
Yeah. So I'll be like this, watching the door.
So, with the way this house is designed, DM, is it just one door in?
Yes,
10
Not a lot?
point.
well,
10 points?
maybe.
We didn't really have an opportunity to like examine all potential.
Yeah.
Welcome to Evil Dead, everybody.
Yeah.
Earl's gonna still be. I'm still tasting pennies.
Just move quietly.
That's-
Actually, it's about time. We'll wrap it up. Pick it back up next weekend.
Alright.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you, DM, for running the game.
For running the game.
I'm eager to see what you guys decide to do.
I'm stating it so it's canon canonical. I'm keeping Hunter's Mark active
Okay.
as concentration until I can throw it on another target.
Okay.
Well, they died.
I can hold it. It's Hunter's Mark is a concentration spell. You can shift it to another target as a bonus action as long as you keep that concentration on.
Okay.
It lasts an hour.
Cool.
That's why it's good.
So let's see. We will. I will be back in about an hour and a half with toolkits. I'll be painting minis. Anybody that wants to jump online and chat and hang out, more than welcome. So that's what we got going on tonight. Tomorrow will be Lost Seas once again. Thursday will be Tears of Kairos, and we will be back next Sunday with the next episode of Into the Woods Cold as Hell, as well as our next bonus roundtable, which
It's still pending topic.
pending topic. Scheduled. I would ask if you move the one that we were going to do this week or this next week to next month,
Sure.
because I'll buy the expansion
Right.
so that I can actually contribute more, because I'm just going to be talking about some bullcrap I remember from 1998.
Okay.
Are we talking Spelljammer?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was trying not to ruin it.
Sorry. Sorry.
Let's see. Social. We are Team Bonus Action on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. We are at bonus_team on Twitter. And those are most of the places you can find us. I know that Neysa does cosplay and Ninjaspence are both on Twitch
Socials.
and
Various
Post
social media.
post videos sometimes. I know that there will be some video games here soon because I just bought Revenge of Shredder, so my wife and I will be reliving our youth of playing the side-scroller beat-em-up Teenage Ninja Turtle style game.
Ninja Turtles.
We'll play the squishy turtles that throw trash cans instead of stab people. So yeah, that's what we got going on, and I think that's everything. So since Knox is not here,
Don't
let
let
your
your
meat
meat
loaf.
Good night, everybody. See you in about an hour.